Yes, people, and welcome back to Norski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Please smash that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And thank you all to those people that have subscribed in the last 24 hours. I really appreciate it. On the road to 400. We're slowly but surely getting there. We just continue to grind the mill, keep going. That's what it's all about. Keep going. Listen, I know I need to be doing more content, but at the moment, time doesn't afford me at the moment. But listen, let's see what happens in the future. But listen, thank you to all those people that have subscribed to the channel and being a part of this special community. Really appreciate it. And big up to Steve Insidious. I believe you're a new subscriber. I think I was on the show last night. The Football Dogs Army, Dad's Army. So big up to you, man. Thanks for coming on and I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. We have got a lot to talk about. The Premier League weekend, FA Cup fallout, you name it, it's going to be a mad one. And obviously on tonight's agenda, we are going to be looking at the Prem Ref Watch. We're going to be looking at the quad bike down to 3 wheels. Klopp eating too much Salt Bay. Will PSR determine the fate of teams fighting the drop? And last of all, the What's Going On prediction results, game week 29, and the What's Going On fantasy Prem shout out by Mr. Big D, which I'm now going to bring in. Big up to you, Mr. Big D. What you saying, bro?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
All good, all good.
Yes, mate.
You should be smiling, my friend. Bro, come on. What happened at the weekend, man? Come on, man. What's going on?
Give me 1 second there, no. Give me 1 second there. Just going to sip some clock tears. Yeah, that tastes good.
Can I ask you a question? Does those tears sound a bit salty? Do they taste a bit salty?
A bit of salt water.
Yeah, bit of salt water, yeah? It kind of ties in with what happened at the weekend. Yeah. You know, man was let me bring in Mr. Ez, the big Chelsea fan. Bro, what you saying, brother? Big up to you, man.
Yes, sir.
What you saying, man? Good to have you on the show. And big up to everybody. Again, please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. Yes, so Mr. Big B, you've just drank some of Klopp's tears and the Liverpool fans' tears, and you've kind of brought a little bit of a grind halt to the Klopp roadshow.
I just sprinkled a bit of Celtic salt in there because that's better for you. You know what I mean? So just for anybody out there saying, D, don't drink that salt, but it's Celtic, so it's just a tiny bit. This brother's salty like no other.
It's healthy for you, yeah? It's healthy for you. I'll tell you.
But no, didn't I warn you last week that this roadshow needs to end?
Mash up the people this
farewell tour.
Mash
up the farewell tour. Yeah, man.
Bro.
Good.
Yes, Craig, what you say? Big up to you, bro. Man United versus Liverpool was the game of this. Let me tell you, what a game. Guys, what a game in the panel. What a game. One of the best. One of the best quarterfinals I've seen for a long time. End-to-end drama. I didn't know if it was going to be Liverpool one time. It was Man United. It was like a basketball game. It was like a basketball game.
But that's when you forget about all these tactics and all of that. You just go and play for the shirt. You know what I mean?
Play for the shirt. Right.
You forget all this.
And D, for the first time, Ez, I saw Man United playing for the shirt.
Yeah, man.
Right.
For the first time, D.
Because I think, because you know what? There's been all the rumors about Southgate and all that. Yes, Craig. And maybe these men are saying, nah, maybe we stick by Ten Hag here. You know the ones. But it's about time, don't know him. He shouldn't take. Okay, Liverpool's our biggest rivals. I get all that, right? Yeah. But he shouldn't take that for these men to decide that. Kiss the badge and let's show a thing. And you remember how long I've been talking about Ahmad?
Yep.
All right.
Long time.
Can't get a look in, but saved his bacon. Because if you look at it,
one chance.
Yeah, one chance, yeah. That was it. One chance, one goal. But if you look at it as well, I felt there was a point where we seemed to be playing for penalties. That's what it felt like. Just by the changes, because he had Bruno at centre back and Anthony at left back.
Listen, did you see him complaining? Did you see
he was vexed? Oh, he was fuming.
He went to Rashford. He's like, "What's going on, man?" Rashford said, "Just Just go play there, bro. And
No,
listen,
Rashford can't say nothing because Rashford don't like playing through the middle, does he, Norms?
well, yeah.
He complains about that. So no point Rashford telling my man to chill when he don't chill when he's asked to play in a position that he don't quite fancy. But it's what we had to do in the end. The subs were mad, Norman, on both sides of the park. I was like, what are we doing? And I had in-laws in, so I'm trying to cook and watch the game at the same time. So that's a bit of a disaster class because I'm being distracted with things on the fire. The ones. But
well, you might be distracted by this comment by Craig. Rumors that Southgate could replace Ten Hag. Listen, man, let it happen. Let it happen. I know. JP was saying it's clickbait and all that, but listen,
it has to be clickbait, Norm.
No, but Eds made a point in our chat. He said, listen, sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know because even though it sounds like clickbait, they're still talking about it. They're still talking about it.
This is my thing, Norm, and Jason called me about this, and I said, if Sir Jim wants to fall out of favour in a heartbeat, put Southgate in charge of that team. Fans will turn on him they'll turn on him, mate. I think at the moment he's talking the right things. There's been a lot of interviews out there, and he's talking the things that the fans want to hear. But he goes and does this move. I ain't sure.
The thing is with Sir Jim is I think he's trying too hard now because remember, don't forget he's trying to win you lot over because he's got a season ticket at Chelsea, and he needs to do them things there. He needs to win. But when he starts saying stuff like Arteta should win the league, he needs to be careful with them things there, because this is United. He's running. This is United.
No, but this is the thing though, is but this is what he doesn't understand. He understands that City can't do 4 and Liverpool can't equalise us. So he's actually right in saying that Arteta needs to win the league because he's thinking about heritage, and you don't want Liverpool on the same amount of leagues, and you don't want City doing the quad, as in 4 on the row. So because remember he said he hated all of them. That was his first statement. He said, "I hate all of them, but if Arteta was to win the league, I'm kind of okay with that." And I actually don't mind him saying that because I've said it that I'm taking Arsenal over the other two in terms of, what I mean, the metrics and whatever. The optics with City winning 4 is horrible.
No,
it's horrible. And Liverpool is Liverpool, as you saw on Sunday. Liverpool is Liverpool. There's always going to be that. I don't like to use the word hatred.
There's no good answer. I think he should have solved the question at all altogether, in my opinion. But I get what you're saying.
But if you think at the start of the question is he did say, there's a dislike for all of them. Or I don't think he used the word hatred. I can't remember now. But basically he said, all 3 of them, nah. But if you're putting me in a corner this season, then it'd be nice to see Arteta. He didn't even say Arsenal. He said Arteta rather than using the word.
Because he did. But they mentioned Arsenal being patient with him.
That's right. Yes, he did.
That was the sentiment. That was the sentiment to them. It maybe hints at his tactic with Ten Hag as well. Maybe trying to say that look what happens if you're a bit patient with a man. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to say that because obviously, say your fan base half want him in and half want him out. And as I said, it's not going to help when you linked with Northgate. To be fair, Norm, I've always said on here that we just can't keep firing managers because that hasn't worked, has it?
No.
But he as well has to help himself. I.e., things like Ahmad and all that. Why isn't he been playing? You know what I mean? Yeah. So certain things I'm saying, don't just keep firing the managers because that hasn't worked. But stop playing your favourites when they're out of form.
Yeah,
make them earn their return to the first team squad, including the captain. Not because you got the captain's armband, because there's plenty of people on that pitch that can wear the armband and still be a leader. And I think we struggle with leaders, as we've spoken about before. But don't help yourself if Ten Hag wants to stay. I've always said this: you've got to help himself, Nomsky.
Well, look. Let's talk about let's talk about the game quickly. What a game it was! As I said, listen, fire away. But before you fire away, D, I figured out that you've got a favorite group. I figured out that there's a favorite pop group that you like from the 90s that you like, and no, I'm just saying it. There's a favorite pop group that you like. for the night, and I think you want to dedicate this one to Kofi Klopp and all, you know.
He should be on here dodging bullets, man.
All the Liverpool.
He better not be in the chat.
Well,
he better not be in the chat.
Well, look, D, like, there's your group, yeah.
Ain't that, you know?
It should really be DHT.
Hold that.
Yeah. Hold that.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, hold that. It should be hold that. I didn't have enough time to doctor it and anything. But listen.
Nah, that's all good.
That's your favourite group, D. And, you know,
right
what have you got to say about this game between Man U and Liverpool? And, you know, just obviously, you know, Man United scoring first and then Liverpool coming back into the game. So let's just fire away. Let's let your thoughts on it. How Mainu, let me just say about Mainu. Whoa, what a player. What a player.
And I keep saying we got to protect this kid. I think we're overplaying him, Norm. And this was my thing about the England thing as well. I'm like, he doesn't need to go to England training camp. He's 18 years old. He has got what, hopefully...
He's super excited, though, when I saw him.
He's hyped. And rightly so, because he's leapfrogged the under-21s, Norm.
I know.
The other person to have done that is Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice company to be in for him. Yeah. Now, fair play to the kid. I just, for selfish reasons, I didn't want to go to the England squad, as I said in our group chat. But you can't say he hasn't earned it, because you know if you look at, if Calvin Phillips is in there, and if Hendo is in there, then why shouldn't Kobe be in there? You know what I mean? Because he's played better than both of them all season. So. Yeah, I'm pleased for that. I'm pleased for that. I just wish he had a better manager to play for in England. That's all I could say. And that's my little slide dig at the England setup. But in terms of the game, great result. Not so much the performance, Norm.
Okay.
Because Jason called me at halftime.
Yeah.
And he said, "Dude, what are we doing with the football? As in, just keep the football for a minute and a half."
Yeah.
We can't do that still, Norm. And so those two quick goals for Liverpool before half-time, the 2-1, like in their minds, right, they thought that was over, you know. You saw the arrogance.
Yeah.
That 2-1 up, Van Dijk, all of them. Like, you go into the sideline, Klopp is just cheesing like, yeah, we got these mans now, Old Trafford. And so for us to do what we did, and then, you know, everyone's talking about, everyone's got fatigue. Every team now is feeling fatigue at this part of the season. Yeah. It's not unique to Liverpool. So the saltiness. I mean, my man was even out there fat shaming them reporters. I mean,
listen. We'll come on to
right.
And Liverpool.
If you look at the game, I think in the end, I think we wanted it more. And like I said earlier, both of our substitutions were insane for me. If you're going to win the game, I was just like, I mean, he pulls off Salah.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, what are you doing? And so I'm looking at it going, are we playing for penalties here?
Yeah.
Or what is going on? It was a weird one. And so to come back and beat them, I mean, come back twice, because we went
ahead
2-1 down, 2-2, 3-2 down, 3-3, and then the winner by my guy, Ahmad. Big up Ahmad.
Sucker punch, man.
That was. Yeah. And the silly red card he got for celebrating.
That's just one thing. Just coming down to Ref Watch, and I was checking out Ref Watch. You might have looked at it. I mean, look, the guy, it's in the 120th minute, 2 minutes to go. Why? I mean, give the guys, listen, he's scored in the, you know, on the theatre of dreams, as we like to call it.
But no, even if you think about it, even for the neutrals, that was an emotionally charged game to watch for the neutrals. Yeah. Never mind the fans. Never mind the players.
Yeah,
like you're on that pitch and you score the winner.
But you know, the thing about taking off the shirt, that ruling came in X amount of years ago, and it's only because when players used to take their shirts off, there was other countries that were offended by it, so they brought this ruling in.
Oh, you know, I thought it was because some players used to have a shirt underneath with a message.
No, it wasn't. It was
I thought it was that.
Yeah, that was that.
No, is that what it was?
Yeah. I was reading up on it.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Do the shirt thing.
Yeah,
and they just.
I thought it was about messages.
No. I mean, the messages Kate followed that. You know what I mean? Because obviously some people did add political messages, but the first initial, the reason why they brought in that ruling is because it was offending other people in other countries. And so that's why they said, right, yellow card. And as I said, in that moment, you're scoring that last minute goal. You know what I mean? And he even said, I forgot I even got a yellow card. When he came on,
he probably didn't even care.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not going to affect. Apparently it's not going to affect the semis. He can play against Coventry.
Yeah, I don't think it will because
I
don't think it's just
by then.
Yeah, that's right. So it would only be it. So it will.
If you've got Prem matches before that.
Yeah,
and the Coventry thing, as you guys, I think I said in the chat, that's where I'm born and bred, school and college, everything. So I didn't want to draw Coventry because I don't want to knock my home team out, but it is what it is, man. Sorry, guys. Sorry, mum. Sorry, mother-in-law. But and this is the joke, Norms. My brother-in-law Tone. I've known Tony for 34 years. Tony has had a season ticket from I known him. So he's gone from being in the Premier League and and getting all the relegations and doing what, and he goes home and away.
Right.
So I can't lose to my brother-in-law. My Lord, I'm done if I lose to him.
And that's going to be played at Wembley, though, isn't it? The semi-finals, isn't it?
Yeah. But his wife is a hardcore Liverpool fan.
Oh wow!
I heard nothing from her on Sunday. Not a word, not a text, nothing. I said, Yvonne, where are you?
Coventry will fancy their chances, though. You know.
Yeah, they knocked out Wolves in the extra time.
Wolves a very good game. They gave Wolves a very good game, and Wolves are no mugs.
Yeah, and somebody was saying, I was watching this other channel. They were saying that if Man United play like that, there's a good chance that Coventry could beat you.
We got to finish our breakfast, Norm.
Exactly.
If you look at that game didn't have to go to extra time, Rashford, if Rashford is on that kind of money, he's got to bury that chance and finish the game in extra time.
Yeah. Oh, listen. That was in normal time. Was that in normal time?
Yeah, that was in normal time. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
He had two chances. He had two chances. I think the second chance, again, he missed it, but he was lucky that it was an offside. But you still put it in the back of the net and give them.
Yeah, but the other one wasn't offside, Norm.
Yeah, I know that.
And he bottled it. It's like, come on, Rashi.
Yeah.
You did all the big chat. This was the time to just bury Liverpool in regular time and get all the plaudits. But then you see that it's him and Bruno up there doing press conference, right?
Saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Let us have lost that game. You wouldn't have seen either of them there.
Yeah.
Me on that. That's what I don't like about it. That the whole, and that's why I said to you that these two are the guys, Norm. I said this last week. These two are the Old Trafford guys, and Rashford has more pull than the captain Bruno, trust me.
Yeah.
And so I look at that and say, that's why I keep saying, do we win anything big, i.e. the league or Champions League, with these two as our main dudes? As these two as a supporting act, but as the main acts, I'm not convinced, mate. I don't think the minerals are there, bro. Bruno is 30 this year. 30. I'm not relying on Bruno.
He's not relying on Bruno. He wants to stay with the club. I know he does.
Of course he does, Norm.
You know what I mean?
You watch us try and struggle to start these players in the summer. You watch the ones that we want to go. You watch the gym tearing out his hair to try and move them on.
Get these guys out.
You see what? Was it Chelsea? No, Arsenal. What Arsenal did, just terminated 2 contracts, didn't they?
Yeah. Cedric. Well, I know Cedric is one of them. I can't remember who the other person is, but I'm quite sure because you see the likes of Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson, they're on non-contracts, but we're gonna have to sell them in the summer. They're just not good enough for the squad. I think El Nene, he might go. I mean, I don't know what they've got. Why they're still keeping this brother, you know what I mean? But he may be the other one to go on a free. You know what I mean? So we'll just wait and see concerning that. Uber. I say Uber. Yeah,
Uber. Yeah, I have no problem with just saying, right, you know what, just terminate him, pay him up whatever he's owed, and because otherwise you can't rebuild a squad, and I think our squad's too big anyway. Yeah, I feel the squad's too big anyway. So
yeah. He's reeling them off. Sentiments is reeling them off tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Sentiments. Yeah.
Reeling them off.
And I actually respect Arsenal for that. Where they say, you know what, cut them loose.
Yeah.
Cut them loose and just pay them whatever they're owed. and refresh the squad.
And I'm quite surprised at that, because Arsenal, in the past, we're just known to keep players. I think Cedric is, he was meant to go last season, and we was trying to offload him to Fulham, and I think we were trying to get something like 25 mil. Then we heard that he was going to go in January. He's still here, but I think now Fabrizio has come out and said, he's definitely going to go on a free, and there'll be clubs that will want him. I don't know whether if he go to Saudi Arabia or whatever, but he will definitely be on our books. I mean, I think the guy is on maybe just under 100,000 a week. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So it will have him off our books.
I think Arsenal and United kind of put themselves in these positions though sometimes, because you give some players that are bit part players long contracts when they haven't earned them necessarily, and then you kind of realize a year, 18 months after that you shouldn't have done that, but then there's no takers, so then you're now stuck with a player that's on more money than they should be on, and there's no one that will buy them for a price that's justifiable, and then you end up writing them up, so you've done better, Arsenal, I think, but still there's some players that you should have moved on long time ago. Man United, you're criminals for it as well. Like, hopefully, under this new structure, you get better at that going forwards.
This is what I'm saying is, I mean, if you think about it, we can never do a Phil Jones again. That was criminal. Criminal. That's Ollie, that was Ollie.
Wow.
That was crazy.
What are we doing here? This guy had no intention of going anywhere, and that's why he turned down a testimonial as well, because he knew he was stealing a living. He was like, nah, only my mum and dad will come. Yeah, you're right, bro. Only your mum and dad come and see you play at Old Trafford. Nah, brother. and so, business-wise, I think there's going to be some players moved on just because of the wages. We got to cut this wage bill, man. It's horrendous.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving forward, it's horrendous,
You've got a few easy wins, though, D, because if you can get rid of Sancho...
well, he's not going to come back if Ten Hag stays.
Well, you got Sancho, you got Mason. Mason as well. He's linked with. Is he linked with? Is it Atletico and Barcelona? I think he's linked.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Varane,
Varane's great. Yeah.
Does Varane go on a? Does he go on a free?
A free. Martial will be a free.
Right.
Yeah. Martial will be a free. Varane will be a free as well.
There's a few easy ones there, man. There's a few.
And you know what? If Varane said he'd take a pay cut, I wouldn't mind him staying, be honest with you. I know.
You think that's why you got rid of De Gea then?
Yeah, the money. He was on 375ers for a goalkeeper.
It's funny though, because you would have taken him as a backup now, wouldn't you? Like, say 150. 150.
Because the thing is, originally he was supposed to sign the reduced contract and he didn't. And then when he realized that nobody came in for him, there was a panic. And then United said, nah, we good. Now we ain't got a club.
It's crazy.
And surely, when you've been on that kind of money, surely you don't need the money anymore.
Yeah. Well, if you've spent it right, if you've managed it right. But surely you can't be doing better. You can't be doing better with no income.
Yeah, as Sentiment says, but you cut the wage bill and reduce the overall squad quality, left with the real scrubby players.
Well, not necessarily, because this is why I would say. That's what I was saying just then. That if Varane said, "You know what, I'll stay for 150," because Varane is younger than Maguire,
Okay.
Yeah. So
I remember he's retired from international.
Exactly.
So he's not. Do you know what I mean? So
so
have a little bit more to give to Man United in that sense. You know what I'm trying to say?
So if they turn around and said that they're going to get rid of Casemiro over Varane, I'll be like, fair enough, because I think like if you got to get rid of at least 2 or 3 on that 300 plus grand a week, it makes it very unbalanced. You know what I mean? Because apparently they were saying that Kobe didn't take the contract extension yet, which is interesting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know how true that is though. That he didn't take the contract extension.
You don't want to lose him. You don't want to lose him.
Right, but apparently he's not on maybe 15 a week or something. It's low.
That is low.
10 or 15 grand a week. I mean, low in footballing terms rather than working man terms. But I don't know whether that's his parents saying, just hold fire. You don't need any more money like that. Because that's still 40k a month if that's true that he's on 10, and then obviously 60k if he's on that, which is mad. But I think the England call up definitely puts his agent rubbing his hands in it.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
The thing is,
squad now.
The thing is, him being called up to the England squad, and Northgate is known for this. He's got history when it comes to calling up players like Ivan Toney. Who was the other player he called up and they didn't even get a look in? I mean, just literally just train with it, you know what I mean? So with Kobe turning up, listen, I think he's going to rather start Henderson over him. Exactly. And when I look at Kobe Mino and I see what he did against Liverpool, and
he can start.
You know what I mean? Just it's a friendly, yeah. Even if you give him, I don't know,
45 minutes, no. Give him 45 minutes.
Well, yeah, because it's a friendly, in that sense. But then at the same time, I hear what you're saying. But then, at the same time, I'm looking at it from your perspective about protecting him as well.
Yeah, because Ten Hag starting him every week, Norms.
Exactly,
which he wasn't supposed to be a starter.
The worst thing to happen is for him to end up getting injured.
Right.
So I would say, look, maybe just give him like 20 minutes, second half or whatever. Because I think
give him the first cap.
They play. Is it Belgium next week?
Yeah, but
I think this
Brazil.
weekend they play Brazil. Your team, yeah,
my team, right? So I need Brazil to hang with them.
We'll see what happens, and I know. Mr. Chicken from Tottenham is saying that.
Is he fit? Is Richarlison fit?
He played for Tottenham. He's sort of saying basically, look out, Madison. We're not teammates. Come Saturday, we're not teammates, mate. I'm coming for you. But so it'd be interesting to see how that game sort of pans out. Our player Gabriel's pulled out because of injury, but I think
you've had a few, Norman, yeah.
I think
you've had a few pull out.
I think it's a little bit of dark arts going on there.
Think about it. Ben White he refused to get.
Ben White. Do you agree with what's happened with Ben White? Him just saying, "Yo, sling a hook." Because I don't know, I don't know what's happening concerning that. You know what I mean? But
this is what they're saying. No, this is what they're saying is that there's one of the coaches that he blew up with badly on the England training camp, and apparently they're saying that Ben was in the right, and this coach refuses to apologize. So it's just like, if that guy is still part of the setup, then no, thank you, Mr. Northwest Eastgate. I'm good. So for me,
who's the gaffer? Who's he answering to? He's Southgate. Is Southgate got his camp in order?
What is the thing?
He didn't directly. And the thing about it, I heard that he didn't actually directly speak to Ben. I think he had to go through the Arsenal people, and they asked him, and he turned around.
He wouldn't pick his phone up. Apparently, he wouldn't pick his phone up to him.
Yeah. So a lot of people say they're taking it out of him and say, "Yeah, stuff it, man." Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think when he goes, then he'll come. Yeah, and that was one of the things as well, because when Ben was called up for the last internationals, and I think it would have been the World Cup, and he ended up leaving because he's saying, "I'm going out there," and at the time Ben was doing quite well. I think at right back, was it right back or was he playing centre back at the time? But they called him up for a reason, because they felt that he would make a difference inside. Only, do you know what I mean? Only for him to not have a game. Big up to you, Big H. We say, bro. Yes, man.
Man's like H. Yes, my brother.
Big up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But yeah, coming back to the Man U game, D. So look, you guys play for the badge, but there was a lot of salty Liverpool fans out there, and a lot of salty Mr. Klopp again, moaning away, and even having a go at the guy. I'm not too sure what country he was from, but was kind of made basically sort of said, like, I don't know if he was referring to his weight or whatever. Who knows? But he not well pleased when he said about.
Yeah, they said he was fat shaming, innit?
Yeah. He wasn't well pleased about what he asked him, whether Liverpool had the intensity in the second half, and Klopp already. I think he was just salty. Listen, he's a manager that doesn't like losing, and I get that. You know what I mean? Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
He just needs to behave himself, Norm, because like I said last week, this whole farewell tour thing is because they've got the rub of the green this season. So to get sucker punched at 3-3, so be it, man. Because they as well had enough chances to put that game to bed.
Mm.
And I mean, what's his name? Gakpo was atrocious.
Let me tell you something. How's that guy playing for Liverpool? How's he playing for Liverpool? I saw that guy and I said, this guy is just not Liverpool quality.
Nah, shocking me.
He's not. The thing is, what's about? Was he 23, 24?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not old. Yeah, he's young. Yeah.
I saw him. I've seen him for Ajax, and was it PSV? PSV was it?
PSV.
And he was ripping up tree trunks out there.
Yeah.
I think
linked with him as well.
The worst part, just like Mudryk, Norms, I think under Arteta, Gakpo would do well. I think under Arteta, Mudryk would do well. I think at these other teams, you need to be ready to hit the ground running. Whether you go United, whether you go in Liverpool, whether you go in City, you need to be ready day one. Gakpo just not ready. That's that. You know, if you compare him to Diaz, when Diaz hit the scene, Diaz was ready. It's like he's been playing for Liverpool for years.
But he's dropped off a bit now, though. Diaz has dropped off a bit now. A lot of Liverpool fans are complaining about it.
Numbers-wise, but from a left winger, he does what a left winger should do. Every right back in the league.
It's just got no end product. It's just got no end product. That's the problem. It's got no end product. A bit like Doku as well. You know, falling into that cat. Some people even call him a glorified what's the guy that used to play for Newcastle?
I'm tired of these
what's the guy that used to play for Newcastle, the left winger? Maximum.
Oh, Maximum. Yeah.
A glorified set Maximum.
No. Take me back to the. All right, I'm not even going back that far. Remember Aaron Lennon?
Yep.
Aaron Leonard, there you go.
He didn't put up mad numbers, but as a defender, you hate them, man. You hate them, man, that are going to run at you for 90 minutes. 90 minutes dancing with the football. And even if you lock them up for 75 minutes, all it takes is once and they're gone. And that's what old school wingers do, innit? And I think that's what Doku is, and I think that's what Diaz is a bit. I would hate to defend against them, man. I would hate it. Rather than these robot men that are purely tactically system wingers now. You know what they're gonna do. I prefer them man that are expressive. And somebody else is the gunman. You got enough firepower in Liverpool. You know, Nunes, Salah. You know, yeah.
So the question is in our chat or in the thing that I sent out to you guys.
Yeah.
Quad bike down to 3 wheels, people. The quad bike is down to 3 wheels. Now we had this conversation a couple of years ago when Liverpool was going for the quad. This is not quite the proper quad. So one of the wheels is gone. Yeah, one of the wheels is gone. That's the FA Cup. They've only got Europa to play for and the league. What are your thoughts going forward? Is the wheels falling off, or do you think the clock show still goes on? Going forward. Listen, they're games that they've got left. They've probably got the easier running of the two between us and Man City. But at the end of the day, playing that extra time and losing the way they did lose, do you think that will affect them psychologically, or do you think they're just going to sort of go, let's go again, just put that behind us and go again? What are your thoughts quickly on that?
Well, this is what I would say. They are missing Jota, one, as in just the clinicalness of Jota. Yeah. And I think losing that game at Old Trafford in the way they lost it, I think psychologically does a little bit to you. With your mental and physical fatigue as you're going, because you saw it, you saw it's like the blood was drained out of them. And you knew there wasn't going to be an equalizer.
Well, that's why the reporter kind of said that the intensity is just kind of dropped off. Like because it was like when you equalised and got that goal back, it was like we've got to go again. Because you know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh! And I think maybe that rattled Klopp. And
it did. It did.
Why he was having a go at the report
because. As well, if you heard it, right, you see when they were 2-1 up, on the second time, there was a lot, even on short passes, there was a hooray. You're like, whoa, relax. And this is the arrogance that they thought, this is going to be 7-1 here. And people are still throwing the 7-0 in my face. We just beat you. Shut up. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's history. Recent history tells me we just beat you and knocked you out the FA Cup. and like you said, just ripped a wheel off your quad bike.
Well, D, you played them in a couple of weeks' time again. They're going to be coming back to your thing. How do you think you're going to fare against them in the league? Do you think that they're going to try and put that wrong to right, or do you think
most definitely I expect that?
Or do you think you're going to be more confident now in this game? You know, if you use the same tactics, what? Because I did say in the chat and I posted it that your manager Eric Ten Hag said that this could be the turning point for the club, and not only did he say that, he said that the turning point. I mean, how far back is this guy going? The turning point should have been when
Arsenal.
Yeah,
the Arsenal game. Yeah, come on, man. He's reaching, isn't he? He's reaching.
He's reaching. Man, he's reaching.
Managers do this. I hate when they do it.
Man, it's sucking for air. You know what I mean?
I don't know he brought that up after winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just knocked your arch rivals up, and then you went and brought up the what was that? The third game of the season when we played you. Second or third game of the season. We're in game week 29 now.
Yeah.
And you're bringing that up after just knocking your biggest rival out of one of the best cup competitions in the world. Get out of here. Yeah, he's definitely reaching on that. And there was no need to go after don't go after the reporter. He's doing his job. Whether you like the question or not, don't try and fat shame him to make you feel good about yourself. At the end of the day, you have to remember someone from the club told him no.
He's like this. You know what I mean? He's a very bad loser. Look, Wenger was a bad loser. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But he wasn't rude. Klopp is rude.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
He's rude.
Yeah.
You have to remember.
Yeah, go on.
Norm, he had to be told to go and fix his teeth. So let's relax here. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool told him, brother, go fix your teeth because, man, we're paying you way too much money for you to be showing them gadachos on national TV. No one trying to see that. So it's true though. So it's like, brother, go fix your teeth. So you there fat shaming a man.
D, don't let the Liverpool fans come at you.
I don't kill them because they've been coming at me.
I can see that Big D can't stand this club. I can see that.
Nah, man, the rivalry is real, man. And if even my youngest brother JD, hardcore Liverpool fan,
yeah,
it's like he lost his big brother's number, brethren. Oh, now I ain't heard from my brother. It's Wednesday. Now I can't hear from my younger brother. All right, Jonathan Daly. His name's John. Nathaniel.
I was watching. Listen, I was watching the game with the missus, and obviously she's a big Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
When somebody's trying to say, yeah, it's all right. No, you wanted to fist me up, yeah? Yeah, she wanted to fist me up, yeah? The look on her face, she wanted to fist me up, yeah? Yeah, you don't like it, you lose, yeah? It was great. It was absolutely great.
I'm really happy, man, because if you saw how they were going on in the Carabao Cup final,
right?
It was Klopp the kids then, It was Klopp the kids then.
Yeah.
And now it's whole heap of excuses now.
Yeah.
Whole heap of excuses.
Yeah.
But you see throwing the kids on though, as
yeah,
start to throw the kids on,
I see.
Yeah, it's like all right. Yeah, take my kids then.
Yeah,
I said, here we go. Because then you knew it would have been again. Oh, we beat United at Old Trafford with the kids.
It's backfired. It's backfired in his face. Yeah.
We had to change the narrative, Norman. We did. and yeah, that's my like a tombstone, That's funny. But honestly, it's like,
it's like, my God.
Apparently his middle name is Norbit. Apparently people are saying Norbit.
Yeah, Norbit. Yeah, his
Norbit,
Yeah,
that one just pissed me up, man.
If anybody didn't know, it's going viral around the internet. And his middle name is Norbit.
Norbit. Jurgen Norbit Klopp.
Yeah, Jurgen Norbit Klopp. Yeah,
I like your parents don't love you, man. Norbit,
Well, maybe he fitted him with his teeth, innit? Norbit.
Right. I said this brother.
I call him Mr. King Teeth. Yeah, that's what I call him, Mr. King Teeth, man. Every time he smiles, I just want to slap him. You know what I mean?
Man,
you get the faces that you just want to slap. I wanted to slap him. Understand?
And real talk as well, Norm. When they scored them 2 quick goals, that's when Jason called me. I said, brother, what are we doing out here?
Big up yourself, all purpose. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Big up yourself and the man's them. I can't believe my big in Ten Hag we trust brother. Hey, that's your brother there.
Who's this? All purpose.
I think he's talking about you.
Oh, cool.
Read it.
I can't believe my big. Hey, this might actually be your little brother.
This might be your Liverpool brother. He said, Normski, big up yourself and the man's them. I can't believe my big Integra we trust brother.
Oh, I don't know if he's on there like that. I don't know if he's on YouTube. He's watched this for sure, but I don't know if he's on.
Wait, yeah.
No bit, you know how. Trust me, bro.
No bet.
No, yeah. People have been saying, no bit, hold that. They've been rinsing it, man. Ransom them man's been rinsing it.
Hey, what happened?
Like,
why
that's funny.
Hey, why did he do that?
Right,
Let's have
yeah.
some of that. Hey?
You know what I mean? I'm surprised he weren't complaining
Mike Tyson or something. You think he's Mike Tyson,
that the Old Trafford ground was 2 millimeters too long on all them things. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rant's been calling him Norbit for time, innit? Yeah.
Like, that is his middle name, Norbit.
Wow.
Norbit Klopp. But listen,
mate,
fantastic win. You're through to the semi-finals, D.
Yeah.
Be a Man United, Man City derby at Wembley.
Hey, so hold on. What happens then, D? Yeah, if Ten Hag wins this cup.
Yeah,
but yeah, you have to remember, we fired Louis van Gaal after the FA Cup final win, which was shocking, and brought in Jose Mourinho. A lot of people forget this. He actually won the FA Cup and got fired. Because you remember in the press conference, he was salty. He said, you guys wanted me gone, and you're probably going to get your wish.
This is what's going to happen, D. History is going to repeat itself. Yeah? You're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to win the FA Cup, yeah? Because you need to stop these mans, the Man City mans, them. You need to stop them.
Right, yeah.
You're going to win the FA Cup, and then they're going to announce it on the pitch that Gareth Northgate is your new manager.
If that happens, man, serious. If that happens, I don't know, man. That's like 5 steps back. That's worse than Glazer moves. That in one move.
I don't know
exactly.
In one move, that's worse than Glazer move.
Yeah, I don't know if it's clickbait. I don't know if it's clickbait or what. But listen,
you know, Jason said Jason thinks it's clickbait, and I tell him, it has to be.
I think Jason Jason is worried bait for Jason. It's worried bait.
Yeah,
because boy, because if he's really thinking that way,
we don't.
Yeah, no, and I don't know what he's seen. I mean, this guy got relegated with Middlesbrough, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are your credentials
to come English to link? It's the link, maybe because he's got the internationals.
Yeah,
because you remember this was Sir Jim that said he said that he's going to bring Man United back to Manchester. We never left.
Yeah, trust.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, brother, stop talking. That's my thing. Stop talking and start doing.
Just do it.
And I don't mean doing the Southgate. Just stop talking, bro. No more interviews for you.
You know, again, he was on Sky Sports again. He admires him. He admires the brother.
No,
let's see.
This is what I'm saying. You can't rule it out. It's not like
that's what I'm saying. You know, you can't because it's been talked about.
And this is my fear. What I said to you that Southgate is stalling on his England extension.
Yeah, because some people are saying that
he doesn't want United to pay compensation to the FA to get him out of a long-term contract.
Yeah,
and these are the things that do concern me. Like I'm saying, okay, is it clickbait? I'm like, bro, just sign your England contract. Nobody needs you at Old Trafford,
and then you're good.
Sign your England extension, bro.
Question is, if Gareth Southgate wins the Euros, yeah. Do you think that he will go again, or do you think he'll say, "Well, I've done my job now. Now it's time for me to now go back to a club and it be someone like Man United"?
God knows, man.
Okay, he wins the Euros and he comes to us as a winner. I think it's harder to manage Man United than it is England.
Of course, week in, week out. It's a competition of what.
No hiding place. No hiding place at Old Trafford. No hiding place at Arsenal. No hiding place at Chelsea. No hiding place at Man City. That's the truth, guys. No hiding place at Tottenham even.
Listen, I think he'll be another Graham Potter, and Potter's better than him. Potter will go to England and probably win a cup. I'm being real with you. I don't see anything in Southgate. I don't. He's got look. We done this the other day. Should we do a markup on how much all these players are worth? 100 million Harry Kane, 100 million Grealish, 100 million Declan Rice, 100 million Rice. How much is Foden these days? You know what I mean?
That's another £100 million player.
With all these players,
Stones, he should win the tournament, right?
Trent Arnold, how much is he worth? You know what I mean? How can you not win a cup?
It's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
You do that markup. I haven't gone through the reserves yet. Saka's in there. No, how much is he?
Yep. You're playing with pure £100 million players.
And man got pocketed by Bonucci and Chiellini, where are they now?
Yeah, you have to look at that and say, I think he's had enough chances at England to win a tournament.
Yeah,
with that squad, I think that squad might be better than the Gerrard and them man squad. Or very close to it.
Yeah,
very close to it.
Squad, as a full squad,
yes. If you look at squad depth, definitely.
Right, yeah. They probably got more depth than what Gerrard and them man had when they were playing.
I mean, you've got Tony and Watkins on the bench, and they're 70, 80 million.
Right.
He's got it all in. As I say, he's got it all in his hands. Yeah,
Southgate, he can't land a job like United, and if he does, then the Football Association and England are never beating the allegations about because you've got Ledley King that can't get a job. And I'm not going into all of that today. What I'm saying is that they will never beat the allegations because on what credentials are these men landing jobs? I thought it was because you were shown it was on ability and competence, and your CV suggests that you will come into a big club and do a good job.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I don't know how you will jump up that far. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Listen, I want to move on. To a subject that is kind of down Ez's street, and it's something that we brought up with Ez before. It kind of ties in with the PSR. Will PSR determine the fate of teams fighting the drop? As you well know, guys, Nottingham Forest have just been deducted 4 points. They've ended up now falling into 18th place, dropping below Luton. Now, Luton, last week Wednesday we're playing. Now, listen, Luton. How they did not win that game, I don't understand. How on earth you're 3-0 at home away and you lose that game 4-3? Unbelievable. And it's games like that where, you look at that. Now, Luton have been given a slight lifeline in the sense that they're now out of the relegation zone because Nottingham Forest have ended up being deducted 4 points. And listen, they put their hands up and said, look, they are going to look at it and probably try and see if they can appeal against it. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. And if you notice, they had in terms of losses, bigger loss, but yet they were deducted less points than Everton. With all of this tied in now, Chelsea somehow it's rearing its head again. And I know in a couple of shows ago you sort of said, "Yeah, man, look. We got this player that we can sell. We got that player we can sell, and that, and blah blah blah." Now, there's a guy I was listening on Talk Sport, Stefan Brosa. He was an ex-Man City finance man, and he was proper defending the Man City when they were questioning him.
Of course.
And I don't know if you saw it, and maybe
I've heard.
Right now, I'm no finance expert, and I was trying to get my head around it. It's probably have a little bit better knowledge of how. The finances with him. But my understanding is that you need to sell Broja, you need to sell Gallagher and Chalaba, by June the 30th, These are guys that have come through your academy, and if you sell them, you will make profit on them, Now, the thing is, this Stefan Brosa, and also, what's the other guy who's on with Jim White? The ex-Palace chairman guy.
Simon Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, Simon Jordan. Yeah.
Saying that because when you sold Mount, it was you put it on the 2022-23 books. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what they're saying is now that 55 million pound is a 55 million pound gap. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a likelihood that you are going to face FFP charges come next December, and your points deductions will be a lot bigger than Nottingham Forest and Everton.
Everton, isn't it?
The question is, as I know you say, because listen, you guys, how you do it, I don't know, but the question is what they're saying as well is that that it's unlikely that because you're going to have the Euros going on, there's going to be lots of stuff happening in the summer, that it's unlikely that you guys are going to be able to get rid of these guys before June the 30th. And that could cause a massive problem for you guys. Now, I know you said in the last couple of shows that, oh, yeah, you know, you kind of sort of flippantly, like, look, yeah, man, because you're always making profit on your players now, but it looks like that it's kind of caught up a little bit with you. So I just want to kind of get your thoughts on it. And obviously, and if you also just tying the thoughts on, I did chuck in on our chat the fact that, you know, we don't even know who's going to be relegated. That it could be a problem that come the end of the season, we won't have a clue who's going to be relegated, because they're saying that the time it's going to take to look at Everton's, because remember Everton being charged again, haven't they? Yeah. So remember, it's the second time they're being charged. So people say they don't even know who will be relegated, because they need to get it sorted out in a period of time before.
Right.
Because it just takes a period of time for it to look in the and all the appeals and all of that. So if you tie that all in, Ez, with your situation and that, and if I can get your thoughts on it as well.
Well, our situation is quite unique, because a lot of the external journalists seem to be torn on PSR about only because of the recent spending, not because of historic spending. But actually, the stuff that Chelsea are deemed to be in trouble for isn't anything to do with money spent. It's about dodgy dealings from Abramovich. Nothing to do with actually balancing books. That's what Chelsea will be investigated for, what we're being at the moment. And the new owners have come in and said, look, we've looked through our books. We've noticed that there's a bit of something that happened under Roman, but we're bringing it to your attention. That's what Chelsea's being investigated for. Similar, not nowhere near them 115 charges as City, but it's even one of them charges, depending on what the verdict is, could be quite severe. Now, okay, that's that one put aside for a second. I don't know where all of this needing to find money stuff comes from, and even if we did need to sell, there's players that these guys like Simon Jordan, I'm not talking about. For example, Lewis Hall, he's on loan to Newcastle. He's got a 30 million obligation, which means they have to buy him at the end of this loan. That's it. So that's basically a done deal. One.
All right.
So that's coming in the future.
But I'm sorry, can I just butt in here? Right.
Go on.
Now, you see, the problem with Talk Sport and some of these journalists.
Yep.
They need to do their homework, because obviously you've done your homework. Yeah, because they didn't. This Brosa guy, I mean, the way he was defending Man City when they brought up the 115 charge, it's like, oh no, you ain't got no whatever against us, no evidence. And it's almost like they wanted to throw the shade and the light on Chelsea. But you're saying, so far away. Give us the facts, brother.
Look, these are the facts. Even if I'm not saying Chelsea won't have something, because we have spent a lot of money, right? But don't forget the almost 300 million we raked in the summer that doesn't get spoken about, and the rest of it that's possibly going to come in this summer. Even if so, Lewis Hall is guaranteed to go 30 million right there, pure profit from our academy. Yeah, Maxson, who's on loan to Dortmund, has another 30 million buy clause in his contract. So when that comes in, that's 60 million just there. Okay, Gallagher, if he goes, minimum he's going for is 50 million. 60 plus 50 is what, 110 million? Okay, Chalobah, that's another 25. Broja, that's another 20. And that's before you start selling the real proper guys like Lukaku and Kepa. You know that will go. But those are maybes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because they specifically talked about your academy players or the players that have come through. That you need to make profit on those guys. Clear profit.
Even them ones, I can see a clear.
You're not going to do that with Lukaku and all them, man.
No,
you understand?
I can see a clear route to about 150 million before the 30th of June. Comfortably. Even at bargain prices, even if clubs try to bargain to say, we know you need to sell, we'll take 20%, 30% off. Even if you sell at bottom line, you make 100 and something million, which takes us into a green for at least the next period of assessment. which I'm sure they've got a plan for. Like, I'm not saying I'm obviously not in the offices, but from knowing the players that I know, we've already got obligations to buy, which no one seems to be talking about. If they were talking about it and still going, oh, right, they're still in trouble, I would be a bit more worried. But they're not mentioning these guys. It's almost like they don't know about these stuff. I can pull up Fabrizio stuff right now that says obligation. That means that end of this loan, there's an automatic fee that is triggered. Boom.
Right.
It's
but
not an option.
I think the other thing that they brought up was the fact that you're not going to make Europe. You didn't make Europe last season, so there's that money, and obviously the likelihood is that you're not going to make Europe. Even if you made the Europa or Conference League, that's not going to be enough money. And then I think even Simon Jordan came up and said, "Oh, you've made it to two final, likely to make it to five." But what that's not going to really bring in much money at the end of the day.
The thing is that's the other thing. That's where these owners, although they've been bizarre in their tactic to spend the amount that they did. If we get that, this billion that's been spent, a lot of it has been put over 7-8 years before they even put the loophole stuff in, right? So even if you bring that down, every year we need about 120 million of income to spread that a billion across those 7-8 years. Something about 120, 130, 150 million of income of pure profit or something like that. To break even. Now, I don't see that being a problem for Chelsea. For another club that doesn't have the assets to sell from their youth that people are interested in, fair enough. I don't think we can live on this edge for
you can't. You absolutely can't.
I think by next season, we need to be in Europe and we need to be winning stuff and maybe still sell some of the deadwood or some of these youngsters we've got on loan. Okay, one more thing that they're not talking about is some of these youngsters they do have on loan that they've bought for 10 million are already being valued at 30 and 40 million. I can give you one already. Amari Hutchinson that we took from Arsenal for free is ripping up tree trunks at Ipswich, and there are already clubs talking about 35 million inquiries for free, 35 million profit. Not talking about it. It's not happy. Obviously, these are not done deals yet, but Chelsea are good at selling, so I'm not worried. I'm not actually worried when it gets to that point. So I'll be worried though if we are selling and then there still talks about us being in trouble. But until then, I just saw us.
Sorry, D, just to come in. This PSR thing, profit and sustainability rule thing. Do you think it's fit for purpose? That they brought in maybe 3 years ago, and based on the fact that you could only make losses, over 3 years of 15 million or something? I can't remember the actual figure itself. And now they're looking to change that in the summer and bring in that FFP in line with UEFA and Europe, and the fact that you can only spend up to, I think it's 70% or 80% of your
income.
Your income that you make,
the revenue coming
on transfers and wages, okay, but that doesn't include like your players in the academy and stuff like that, and stuff that you want to do on the ground. It's just that side of it. So if that changes, does that help you guys? As
I think this new one will help us, especially if they're not saying it's backdated. So anything before this is almost we're drawing a line under and we're going forward with this new thing. Yeah. If that's the way, we'll be fine.
That's what I'm trying to say. So
my goodness.
Especially but then it's going to be unfair. It's going to be unfair to clubs that further down the chain, though.
But that's what they want. Don't forget, football's.
You look at Luton. Look at Luton. To do what Luton is doing right now is unbelievable with the size ground they got.
But that's the beauty.
Right. And they're building a new stadium, Luton, as well.
Yeah.
But there's two things I wanted to address. Something that Harry said in the chat about relegated clubs doing lawsuits. You remember I said this a couple of weeks ago that you took the points off Everton and then you jumped and gave them points back.
Yeah.
Now the teams in the relegation fight are going to say, "Whoa, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing."
And this is why I'm asking,
you punish them.
Is it fit for purpose?
No, this is the thing. You punish them, and then what? 8 games later, you gave them back points.
Yeah.
In a dogfight.
The thing is, the regulators need to be sound and consistent. It needs to be so that they're not setting precedents all over the gap. Because now there is a precedent set that where something was unprecedented, now it becomes precedented, and every club can go, well, you deducted, 10 points? And reduced it. Why can't Nottingham Forest, under similar grounds, appeal the same thing?
Come back.
And then on what grounds are you telling them no? Because you've already done it. Rather than saying, we made our ruling, we came to our decision, this is not appealable. This is done. Because we've done it. You've had your deadline to give us everything. We've made a place on that, and that's that.
And that's what should be happening, Ed. Exactly. You're exactly on point.
And that's why I posed the question, in the chat with regards to, these clubs that are fighting the drop. And I posted it in our other chat to say, at the end of the season, we might not even know after. So can you imagine? This is crazy. So this is where H has a point here. H has a point here in terms of lawsuits and stuff like that. Because say at the end of the season, it's we know Burnley's gone, we know Sheffield United's gone, and that fight is going to be between Luton, Everton, Nottingham Forest, and maybe one or two other clubs. Now, come the end of the season. Say come the end of the season, it is the three clubs that came up. All right. Right. And then they work it out that actually, on appeal. So this is mad. On appeal, no, let's get this right, because it's going to affect the person that's going to drop into the thing. It's like all of a sudden they say, "Oh, well, we've had to take," because they don't know yet, because they haven't. They haven't so, like, I think Everton would be the more classic one, because at the moment they're going to deduct points off of Everton, and Everton might appeal those deducted points again, right? And then it will determine who now at the end of the season. It might be those three people going down, and then they go, "Oh, hang on a minute, actually, you know what? We decided to look at the appeal on Everton and take off that point, and then it just messes things up. So nobody's gonna have a Scooby-Doo apart. I don't think Burnley and Sheffield United, I don't think they really have anything to be crying about or thingy.
I'll have to check, but you see, Burnley mathematically are they done?
No,
or if they went on a run. So this is the thing.
None of them are mathematically done yet. Sheffield United's not mathematically done.
And I think that's what makes it.
They're more likely ones to go down.
And then all those teams that get relegated, Norm, are within their right to say,
okay,
why haven't you gone after Man City? The way you've gone after the smaller clubs.
These
are the noises that are being made right now. These are the noises that are being made. Sorry, Ez, you want to say something?
My opinion is this. If somebody was to Google FA income annually, their takings annually, they can't tell me they don't have the resource to put a team as the independent governing and regular body, the regulators of the Premier. You can't tell me you can't get enough people in to get a conclusion in amicable time, so that this particular league can conclude fairly. At the end of it, we all go, you know what? Fair enough. The time it takes is not acceptable. Even if Man City have 115 charges that backdate to God knows when, you have the money, you have the resources. In fact, if in my opinion, you don't let this run to a degree, because you're meant to be auditing this stuff anyway. And somehow they've slipped through the net. So in other words, there needs to be more accountability from FA on how this is done, and that's the only way. So Norman, to answer your question, I think the concept is fit for purpose, but actually the regulators are not. I don't think they can. They can't be.
And the thing is, the mere fact that it's an independent panel, then the independent panel needs to have more power to say, like what you said earlier, Norman. There's no comeback from this ruling. On this date, we made a ruling, 12-point deduction. That's it. No appealing, no nothing. You broke the rules. You had the time to submit paperwork and do all these things.
That's the key bit.
And we wrote to you 3 times over the last footballing season. And each time you said, one moment. we're dealing with it. One moment we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
One moment we're dealing with it. Now the fourth time we said, bam, deduction. It's too many. We're dealing with it. And I think if they go rigid, then there's no comeback. Now it's something. It's funny. It's something. Something Sir Jim said in more than one interview about Man United. He said he's concerned about Man United's FFP in the way we've done things. And so, obviously, his guys looked at the books and said, yeah, Jim, listen, we got to get some of these mans off the books, otherwise we're going to get done as well. And so he said in an interview as well, Champions League is a must next season. How? Because what you're asking for Villa and Spurs to drop off a cliff, literally, for United to catch them. But he said it in more than one interview that, if we're serious about controlling our FFP, we need to be in the Champions League next season. Yeah. That means he's hinting that we've looked at the books, and boy, we're going to be found wanting as well. So it's not just you guys, we're going to be found wanting if we can't move players in the summer.
But you can see, guys, how this PSR has affected the transfer business, because when you look at the January transfer window, it must have been one of the boringest.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because listen, I know the journalists and whoever, they needed a clickbait to say, oh, this one's linked with this one. Oh, Chelsea going to get this one. We couldn't do no content, because at the end of the day, we knew that all the clubs were running scared, because come next season, they're going to look at the books and go, hang on a minute, Arsenal would have broken FFP or PSR, sorry. The same with Chelsea. That's right. All the juggling and all the juggling. Even Man City, the 115 Man City, they did say, you know what? We ain't going to take any chances there. Yeah, because come the end of the season, because remember, the books they had to show the books at the end of December. Yeah. And then you had, I think, is there a time period that you have to get your, I think you have to always get your...
It's like the tax year, though, where you got to file your taxes. Similar thing. Yeah. You got to file by this day, otherwise, like there was one year when even with Sheena's company, where I can't remember how late we were. Is it maybe a couple of weeks? They still came for us, man. I said, Sheen, I have to swallow the money, mate. Just gotta send the money. Like there was no leeway to say, we were just waiting for X. No. And I think the league's got to go that same way. You've got to be rigid with it, otherwise, don't do it. Just scrap it. No,
well, I mean, guys, we're talking about people potentially breaking the rules here. It has to be serious. It's not like you're doing anyone a favor. You're getting to the bottom of, did you break the rules? Yes. Okay. How severe is this punishment ought to be based on the evidence given? You are people working day and night. And these people don't work 9 to 5. They're working. Yeah. But what are you paying them for?
Yeah.
What are you paying them for? Saturday, Sunday, these people are working. So I don't understand how it takes months on end. I'm not in these rooms, but I would like to think this is football, not politics. You understand? This is a game.
Yeah.
Get to the bottom of where the rules are and what the punishment should be, if any.
Yeah.
And done. And stand by that. Put it in your book of juridical rules. Yeah. And this is Man City case 2023, 2024, and use that as the precedent going forwards. Same for Everton, same for Nottingham Forest, and that is it. Okay, what did we do to them? All right, then cool. This is what we have to do to.
So you know the 115 charges with the Man City thing, that they've been charged for. Is it a mixture of? Is there? I mean, you're going back 12 years or so.
There's repeats,
but remember, PSR only came in 3 years ago, so I don't think that will sort of come into that.
Yeah.
But with regards to FFP and whatever reasons why they were able to, because it's all about how they were able to pay for certain things, sponsors, offshore, this and all of that. And I know D, you alluded to this a couple of weeks ago. Like if for instance you're gonna pay somebody, you say, well, that sponsor will pay them, blah blah blah. So are they saying that there was shady dealings with the type of sponsors? Because remember, they're owned by a state, and then within that state or within there, the people know each other. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
it's like anything, Norm. It's not hard to go onto Company House and set up your own company. No. Set up a company that is a almost like an offshore company, and then within that company, you have to pay.
No.
You have to pay. 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 You have attached to the club.
A shell.
Yeah, exactly. And that money comes from there. Or you say, okay, Adidas and Nike are sponsoring this. Okay, what we're going to do, we're not going to take all that money. We're going to say, Adidas, hold that 100 grand, that 100 million, and we use 100 million to pay for the manager and the coaches. That way, that doesn't show on our books. Adidas paid for that, rather than giving us all that sponsor money. I believe that these are the dealings that are going on to try and avoid it. Now, this is something that they might do, as in pity on the relegation clubs. They might up the parachute money. Apparently, the parachute money, when they go down, is a certain fee. They might say, listen, takes one on the chin, your squad's good enough to come straight back up, but what we're going to do is give you a little bit more parachute money, and you can't talk about it yet. Like, I do believe the FA are on those kind of murky things when it suits them, because I think City getting relegated is not good for business when it comes to the FA. Otherwise, I think they would have gone for them already.
Well, here are Man City's charges, yeah?
Allegedly. No, I'm not trying to get
allegedly. This is from a different source. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes. A trusted one, but a different source, which I won't name for legal reasons.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
legal reasons. Type of charge, here it is. Failure to provide accurate and up-to-date financial information for 2009 to 2018. 54 cases of just that one. Okay. 54 cases of that. The second one is failure to provide accurate financial report for player and manager compensation from 2009 to 2018, which is 14 cases of that. Okay. Wow. Next one is failure to comply with UEFA regulations, with licensing and financial fair play regulations. They've got no date on that one, but it's got 5 cases. And then another one is 7 cases of breaches of Premier League profitability and sustainability regulations between 2015 and 2018. And there's 7 cases of that. And then this is the last category. So these are all the different categories. This is the last category. Yeah. This is failure to cooperate with the Premier League investigation from 2018 till now, which is of recent. And there's 35 documents requested, and they've failure to comply.
So based on... So this is what I was hearing.
Yeah,
this is what I was hearing. That what Ed said. Multiple. There was multiple charges for the one thing that got to the 115, as Ezra just said there. Now
that's 5 different categories of multiple. 54 is the biggest one in one category.
So if you guys were betting, right? Because we don't know how long it's going to take before they are called before the Premier League or whatever it is. Yeah. Because a date is being set, but I can't remember who the guy. I think it's the Premier guy was saying that there is a date. They haven't told us when this date is. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if it's because them man are trying to. Because the fact is, they're refusing to. But yet, Sheikh Mansour is coming out saying, "Listen, I've got nothing to hide." So if you've got nothing to hide, why are you not cooperating? Because you look at what you just read out. These are serious charges.
Well, there's 35 attempts to get them to cooperate, and 35 times failed. 35 times failed.
Ez, tell me if I'm being stupid. Yeah. The Premier League have gone to Everton and said, "We want to see your books, mate." And they said, "We know we've done wrong. Here it is. We've overspent. We spent more than what we're bringing in. So we're going to deduct 2 points." They've cooperated. Yeah. On top of that, they've cooperated, but then they've turned around and said, "Listen, we feel that your sentencing was a bit too harsh, so we're going to appeal it." They appeal it, they're successful. They now know that they've done wrong again for the next period. So they've said, "We will show you our books, and we know we've done wrong." You've looked at it. The independent looked at it and go, "Hang on a minute, guys. You're gonna get fined again and possibly more points deduction." The same with Nottingham Forest. They've cooperated.
They've cooperated.
Cooperation. That's all we're asking. Yeah. So why? See, this is why there's a cloud hanging over.
But Norm, this is what Harry was saying about the lawsuits. This is where the lawsuits are going to get triggered because they've cooperated. Absolutely. If they cooperated and they get relegated, they say, "Whoa, City ain't cooperating." So you know what? We're suing the FA.
I mean, you see. I think the FA or whoever is involved in this, let's say, will want to take their time with this one This one here is a special case.
Yeah, they're treading lightly, aren't they?
And
the way you're saying it, it's almost like you just can't wait.
Do you know? Listen, I work in close to compliance as well as I do investment, so I know how this would look for the layman, and I just know I hear this jargon all the time. I know how this looks for the layman,
and that's why we ask you for your expertise, brother.
Now, this particular thing is, I can understand why they're taking the time. And Pep and them guys, they want this league, so they can say they've done 4 times and they can go back to Barcelona. Yeah, they can go back to and be the superhero over there. Because I'm not gonna lie, I can't see how. Honestly, unless somebody is able to go and say,
careful what comes out your mouth, brother. Careful.
Yeah. Unless they're able to go, look, you've got this wrong. Here's what really happened. You know, make it all go away.
Because at the moment is what ifs. Yeah,
they've got to come out the Prem. They've got to come out the Prem. They have to. Have you seen all of these? This goes back to fucked up. All right, some of it's before PSR, but there's still stuff to do with UEFA as well as the Premier League.
UEFA, because remember UEFA. Because remember when it went to was it CAS or whatever? Yeah, when it went to them. As far as they're concerned, that's now on the back burner now. You can't look at it. Yeah. But they're saying what they're saying is CAS is saying, listen, make sure, because they took us for a ride. The Premier League, make sure you sort this out, because
trust.
They pulled one over us. Well,
even UEFA will go in a way, give us some money, but really you're England's problem. That's kind of
right. Yeah, I hear that.
You're England's problem. And that is the bigger fish to fry. Give us a little 10 mil or something, and England will deal with you. I personally, norms, chat, I can't see how, even if they swerve 50% of it, the 50% that's due still equals relegation. Still. Right. So, I'm so sorry.
All right, people, we're coming down. We're coming down. We're coming down to the end of the show, and I just want to ask you, D and S. Yeah, it's pity Jay's not here because I know this is something that's touching.
Oh, Jay would love this.
This is touching his heartstring. This is touching. It's pulling his heartstring, mate. Yeah, it's having it. Let's have ya. Sorry. Yeah. I'm doing a bit of a Jay here. No, guys, seriously, Ez, the way you're talking, bro.
Honestly, like... I'm here. I'm just here to read in between the lines. Yeah, I'm not here to say this is what's going to happen. I'm not here to say this is what I want to happen. But I just cannot see, based on the fact that clubs has done far less and got 12 points as a starter.
12
less as a starter. Even
that's that's 4 wins, Eds.
Right.
That's 4 wins.
Guys,
off the books.
I'm answering your question. I'm going to ask you both of you. Man City have won the title now how many times?
3 on the bounce.
Now, how many times have they won in total?
How many times have they won? Is it 5 or 6?
Is it 6 times?
6. I think 6, yeah. 6.
Right, they've done a treble last season.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that they could do the 4P.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask both of you. Ez, you had a great owner of Roman Abramovich. Yeah. Man paid $1.5 billion to write off a debt. Didn't want the money.
Yes, sir. Out of his own money.
Said, everybody knew that he took out $1.5 billion. I said, take this, pay off the debt. Yeah. I can't say that for you. I can't say that for the Glazers.
No, not for them. No,
I can't say that for the Glazers. But
that's why the sentiment said, didn't it?
I want to ask you this question, both of you people. Man City, listen, they play some nice football. I ain't going to take that away from what they're doing on the field. Yeah. But with this careful financial doping, winning all those titles, getting the treble, and possibly getting a 4P this year, which needs to be stopped. Do you look at these and say, "Oh, I don't want to use the word happy. That's not the right word. What's the right word, guys? Find the right word. Are you like, okay, these guys have won this genuinely? The fact that there's 5 minutes.
There's more than a question mark there, isn't it? Because I watched an interview where you know Big Steve, the white brother, the hardcore Arsenal man, and Big Steve, he's saying that. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, football dad. Yeah, big up yourself. What they're saying is that what Big Steve is saying that people are going to be surprised when City actually lay their cards out and they find out that this ain't what people thought. Now, you know, he's a bit of a City insider that knows probably more than the average fan. But I always think in a lot of situations, when you have money, when you have the best lawyers money can buy, it's like having a great accountant that tells you, listen, what are you doing with your books? Leave it to me. And suddenly you get a rebate and you go, rah. How? Don't ask my questions. I'm a great accountant. And this is why I feel that City, don't be surprised, guys, if when they walk away, it's not as bad as we think it is. As much as what Ezra just read out there, which is horrendous, but when they walk away at the end of the day, they don't get. I don't think they get relegated. No, I don't.
Okay, so they don't get relegated. Do you think that they'll have their title?
That's politics. No, I don't think I would even want that either.
Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that?
Because nobody's gonna really celebrate those titles that will be replaced. So let's say they give it to the Liverpool that should have won it at 1 point behind, or
and they give it to Ollie, the Ollie one. Ollie one.
I give it to Ollie. 93% of the league for us last season. You know what I mean?
Even for you, Norms, that would be such an asterisk of a win. You won't even.
I hear you. So, and that's why I'm asking you guys. Is there an asterisk over Man City with all these?
Do you know what?
Is there an asterisk for you, or are you like, well done, guys? You've won the league 6 times. You've done a treble. You're about to do a 4P. Is there an asterisk over these games for you? That's what I'm saying. Based on what you just read,
the players still had to go play, and they still had to go play 38 games, and everybody had the chance to stop them, whether you feel like you had the quality they had or not. And therefore, I wouldn't take it away from them players. Yeah, I'd feel gutted if I was a player playing for City, and just because my owners have done a madness, that my work is now undone. You know what I mean? So for that reason, for football reasons, no. For justice reasons, for righteous reasons, for doing the right thing, it looks right. But it doesn't really, the fact that it doesn't really bring it back to neutral grounds. No, I would simply say is the punishment needs to be able to say, all right, well done, you've won 6 titles, you've won a champ, but you have to go start again. Your 3 papers burnt. Go start again in League 2. See how you do.
You see what Harry said there? I'm of the same ilk. I'm saying, you know what? Put those titles to the side. Nobody won them. As in, City don't win them, and the second place teams don't win them.
Wow.
Like they're null and void, which is a madness still.
Well, is still a madness. That'll feel hard done by. Look at Arsenal last year.
I know.
All that fight for no.
I know Arsenal. I know this Arsenal fan base. They're gonna want that title. I don't care.
I know, no, but
20 long years.
The same as the Ollie, like, because then Ollie would say,
"No, I want to win it. Yeah, we want to win it."
Then Ollie would say, "See, you shouldn't have fired me. I actually did win a title." You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get them foolishness there because he's up in his second.
You're gonna get
up in his second, man. Give me my title. Give me my gold medal or whatever they get, and it leaves it murky. And then nobody really respects the league, Norman, for a long while.
No. The league could lose its integrity. And okay, that's another thing. I think they will want to handle this City 115 charges, whatever they want to call it, in a certain way, because they don't want the Premier League to lose its integrity.
Exactly.
And respect. Yeah. And it needs to be not just a decision or not just a harsh decision, but it needs to be deemed the right decision and fair decision, at least for the majority.
Because in terms of Norman, top players, top managers in the league, all these things were affected because people are saying, you see that corruption over in England. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to stay in Germany. I'm going to stay.
Yeah, but your favourite club, Juventus. Look what happened to them.
And they took it. And they got the relegation and come back. And I'm okay with that. But I just don't see the FA relegating Man City. I don't see it. Not just currently now revenue, because I don't know whether it's done like you know how you would say, Norman, this is going churchy a bit. Ties to head office.
Yeah.
Ties to the FA. I think it varies from the size of the club, the money that they send to the FA for the FA to run properly. And so, so a team like City, United, Arsenal, I think they pay a lot more to the FA than a Burnley, maybe. And that's where you got to look at it and say, yo, that's going to hurt our pocket badly. And that's what you said earlier about the FA creating a team within the FA to do that. There's money there because of the money coming from the club to keep the FA sustained. There's money there to do it. So do things properly, and then you can respect every decision that's made, Norms.
Well, if the FA were really smart, they would charge Man City for the cost of the investigation as well.
There you go. Yeah.
If they were really, and they could do that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just a guy that talks on Wednesdays. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to,
you know what I'm saying?
Before they fired me, you know what I mean?
Ez, what I would say about you was quite measured. If that was Jay, it might have been a different little.
Oh, Jay would have gone in, man. Jay would have gone in. Yeah, sure.
So you've been quite measured.
He's down with it.
Dropped the mic as well.
I dropped the mic moment. But you've been quite measured, and you gave us a little bit of insight, which is good because you're kind of in terms of compliance and all of that. So thanks for that, because I was trying to get my head around it, and man, after what you just read there, bro, seriously, man, there's a lot of questions to be asked.
Yeah, and it's the thing as well, Norm. If the FA do put the hammer down on these guys, right, he makes every club sit up and pay attention after that.
Yeah.
Not one club thinks I can take the Mickey because City got relegated stuff. With all that money, they still relegated them. So I'm telling you, Pep, all of them, Foden, they're gone. All of them, mans.
Yeah. But on the flip side, B, if City kind of look like they got just a slap on the wrist, oh wow.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Because it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
H says here, City owners are too powerful. They've brought a lot of spandoolies, you know the ones. That's a technical word from Big H there. FA don't have the minerals to relegate them.
No. There's a mass exodus arising now, because where City and their owners used to be the big shots. Now you've got the Saudi wealth fund. They got their wealth fund. Yep. And Newcastle are worth 10 times City, literally.
The piff.
Is it 10 times?
No. Seriously, you look at it.
Listen,
more than
Newcastle,
PSG.
Bro, Newcastle. Wow. Got the richest owners, man.
Yes.
And this is what I'm trying to say is, this is how mad it is. They've got the richest owners and the man they're looking to sell players.
Well, because of PSR. That's because of PSR.
I know.
So that's where it is. That's where it is fit for purpose.
But I think what it is what I think people are saying is that if you've got rich owners, they should be allowed to put as much money in there. But I hear the reason why they're bringing PSR and bringing FFP because
that's where it works well.
Because clubs that are right down the bottom, in the championship, and then teams like below, whatever, they haven't got them kind of owners. You understand?
No. But
by now, Newcastle would have bought up the place.
Of course. Or you know that. Back in the day, if these owners owned Newcastle when Abramovich first bought Chelsea, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Oh wow. With all these rules and all that. I've just told you. City were City had the richest owners before. Yeah. And these men are worth 10 times that amount. It's a joke.
Yeah. It's a joke. Well, here's the thought. Every time the rules are broken, the FA designates a team, or a team goes into the pot in grassroots, and you've got to drop them a nice 500 grand every time you mess up. That would have them saying, we're not giving away money. And that's what I would do. And all the teams go into, you know how you pick the balls for the FA? They go into a ball and you say, okay, team, Warsaw United or whatever.
Yeah, man, that's
okay.
Like a
you're being awarded 500 million from 500,000 from Man United.
Yeah.
And be like, what? Yeah. And to be paid within in the next calendar month.
Yeah.
Like, and you watch everybody start to just pull the handbrake up and say, right, listen, we're not giving away that kind of money.
Yeah.
And that would be fair as well. That all them grassroots teams or lower league teams are in a rotation ball, and you do it live on TV. You say, yeah, man, these 3 teams are all going to receive from Man United, Man City, Liverpool. Because them teams would hate doing that. 500 grand every time they messed up.
It will pay them.
Yeah,
it will pay them
just like that. For them to.
But the grassroots, I mean, there's this thing now, because obviously with this new structure that they're going to bring in the summer, because they're saying that the bigger teams don't really want to be. I mean, come on, man, you got the amount of money these guys go. I mean, Ez, you played as an ex-pro and all that, or ex-semi-pro and stuff like that, and possibly have made it into like the way grassroots football gets its money. So. Are we going from championship right down to non-league?
Non-league, national league. Yeah.
Right. So how is the money distributed?
Well, there's
because the money, technically, the Premier League is where that is.
Yeah.
So how is the money structured down?
You'd be surprised. A lot of these non-league clubs are self-funded.
Okay.
You'd be surprised.
We got to make it happen. Yo, Dad's Army, we got to make it happen.
I can't even, after the Potter experience, I can't even banter no more. I don't want that. I don't wish that on you, man. I don't wish that on you, man.
Yeah,
but, there's a few different routes, but you'll be surprised in non-league. I'm talking non-league. How much of these clubs they have an owner or investors, literally could just be a family that owns some of these clubs, and the way they get up is through winning their particular league. And now they've made what's this? If I've become is this a City fan?
No, this is
he's an Arsenal fan.
He's an Arsenal fan.
This is a celebration.
You know what I'll do, H? I'll bring you on the show.
We're wearing the Spurs.
You wear that Tottenham shirt, yeah?
I said I become a Spurs fan before.
But yeah, sorry.
Basically, a lot of these non-league clubs don't even get much or any windfall. It's when they win their league or they get promoted. Which they get a little something in which they can distribute at their wish. Some of these non-league teams don't really even pay their players until they get to semi-pro, which is where that's where the conference premier is. So you've got all these categories. Even in conference now, there's leagues below them to get them into the Premier Conference League, which is still non-league, to then get them into, where Wrexham just come from now. That's the top
and that's why it is. And I say
it's mental.
That's why when these guys get into like the FA Cup and that, and they get a
little
run, they're praying and hoping that they get a big team.
Exactly.
And as far as they can get,
not just that, a lot of these big teams, if they're coming to your ground,
big up Chile, man. Big up to you, bro.
Yes, Chile.
Let's say Arsenal's going down to Maidstone. Yeah. Of course, Arsenal's going to pack out Maidstone Stadium, but Arsenal will tell Maidstone, look, you can take all the gates, even our fans, you can take all of that. You can take all of that. Yeah, we understand you need it more than us. Win or lose, take all of it. You know what I mean? And that's the common, gentleman's agreement with big, massive clubs.
That's right.
And then their players will get a little bit of something in it, regardless of the result. You know what I mean? It's but a bonus, especially if they get a win. So but that's how it normally works. That's how it normally works.
That's Army. We'd have to exercise Big H if he wore that Arsenal shirt. I know Chile's a Tottenham fan, so if H did put on that Tottenham shirt, mate, bro, we'd have to throw some vinegar or some garlic over him. You understand? That can't be happening. But listen, we are come to the end of the show, and before we do finish, I'm just going to share this quickly.
Yeah.
This is the what's going on.
What's going on?
Shout out quickly.
Boy, all I can say, that was a shocking game week.
Yeah.
And a lot of us used our free hits or whatever other chip that we used and brought players in. Yeah. And Tottenham and Villa let us down badly.
Yeah.
What happened
I think most people. I think,
Tottenham, bro.
Chile in the chat. One to your mans there, man. I'm back to your mans,
I did.
in my fantasy and got
I put them in my predictions.
You said 4-1. You said 4-1.
I said 4-1 in my predictions, man.
And I gave what's his name? From the captain's armband, 4 points. 4 points in a vision. I said, man, what a horrible thing. As you can see, me and Emmanuel have joined the 1,700 point club. He's still a way off me, the ones.
Yeah.
Which is a madness there. I'm looking down the bottom there. Oh, Malcolm X had a very sorry 12 points.
Yeah, she went to
15th.
She dropped back.
But this is the joke. She scored more than Kofi. Kofi scored 1 point in that game week. No, like 1 point. So it was mad. It was a horrible game week all around, really. You know what I mean? Our top scorer was 30 points.
Yeah, that definitely.
Del Grady, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So that tells you that in my other group, the top scorer was 40 points. It was mad. It was like, what a shocking game week. So obviously we have the break now within the national break, and we go again game week 30.
Well, it didn't go too well for the prediction. That was a shocking week for
all of us.
And listen, mate, unbelievable. So just quickly show you that.
Horrid.
Yeah.
Nobody. So the scores are still the same. So after game week 29,
all reds.
Game week 29. Yeah, big up to you, Dad's Army, mate. Subscribe to this guy. He's got his channel. And Scott from the future does a show with him. So people, if you don't know, go subscribe to this channel, Football Dad's Army, mate. Mate, might have to do a little collab with you, bro. You understand? We'll see how that goes. You understand? But listen, big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Yeah. So as you can see, same as last week, game week 29. We're going to game week 30. That's not going to be until the following week. So we won't be doing any predictions this week because it's international week.
Yeah, that's right. Totally end of the month, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. It'll probably be a really short show next week, but I'm sure there's going to be something to talk about. You understand? Sure there's going to be something to talk about. But it's been a great show. Thank you to people in the chat. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. If you are new or on the road to 400, listen, it's taking time, but we continue to graft, and you've been a fantastic community, and that's all we can do is just big you all up, man. So hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And next week, we go again. So people, take care. And
man. Take care, guys.